Who needs a metal detector? Whoa! Yeah, man.
Hey there, I'm Shannon with American Mining Rights Association. Got a good video for you this time. Most of you by now know that we have a big annual fundraising dinner every year. We're doing it in the first weekend in December is when we typically do it. And anyway, one of the grand prizes there was a 3-day, which actually turned into a 4-day mining trip with myself and with Jerry. And we took these guys out. Rod Hall and Jack Barber, and Steve Gessler won the trip. He couldn't make it, so he sent these two guys instead. And anyway, so we took them out for 3 days. The first day we took them out a really remote area, metal detecting. The second day is we went down into really a very remote canyon and kind of hit some old ground down there, placer mining. And then the third day and fourth day, we did some lode mining on a private claim, private lode mine that Jerry and I own. So anyway, sit back, relax, enjoy, and we'll take you 3 days in the Gold Belt of California. So guys, we made it all the way out here, and anyway, we're gonna grab some waters. We're gonna peel off a couple of draws that go down, and it cuts across this vein that we know had a whole lot of mining activity, a lot of historical mines in here in the 1870s. So anyway, we're gonna try to get just downstream in these gullies from where that vein that we know that all these lode mines were in, and we should find some gold down there. So anyway, that's the game plan. We're gonna go hit that and then probably come up and go hit another gully over here that we know about after lunch. But so let's load up and let's get down there. Where's the Hello Kitty backpacker, the Dora? Here you go, Dora.
High Sierra. High Sierra.
Root. All right, have I moved it? Get some of this grass. I don't think we've moved it, huh? That's a good signal.
Oh yeah. It's staying on the right hand side.
All right. Hold it a second. Let me
Are we
get
recording?
the pick. Yep, still.
All right. There's the hole, and we got a nice signal, which makes us very excited because we've been doing this for about an hour, and I hope it focuses on those. Those are my two pickers that I've gotten so far.
Bedrock.
Yeah, nice gold.
Really?
No weird noises. Like this big?
Probably. Try to balance. You can see it?
Who needs a metal detector? Whoa! Yeah, baby.
Well, that that wasn't hard to pinpoint.
Number 3.
That might be a little bigger.
Yeah.
So guys, where we're at is, I just want to show you in the distance, we're trying to get down to the bottom here because I don't know if the camera can pick up on it, but there's all kinds of quartz seams that are exposed on that ridge over there. And anyway, that's where a lot of this lode activity is. I can see tailing piles, so all that stuff, because remember the old timers back in the day, they never saw any gold when they were inside these mines. They didn't have lights like we do. So a lot of times they would dump their quartz and what they thought was bull quartz had gold in it onto the hillside, and then through 150 years that washes down into these creek beds, and so that's what we're looking for. So really good sign. We'll bust through this and see if we can't get over there. So we're just working our way down this creek bed, and we've got, the creek comes here. It's actually just a little drainage, but there's all this slate here that's created all these grooves, and we're getting a nice little 4-bar non-ferrous hit right here. So we decided to turn the camera on. Just in case. And probably, if there was something here, I probably pushed it down in the hole.
That's it.
You getting a hit?
Yeah. There it is.
All right. Let's see if there's more than one. All right, there's the piece of gold. Nothing?
Oh, there it is.
So there's only one. That's pretty dirty, pretty hammered, but it was in a crack. We'll see if we can show you guys here. We gotta love a gold monster by Mine Lab. There's the piece. Has that got quartz on it?
That's good, because that means it's bigger.
All right, let's see if we got the camera. We do. Here, you got to work that, man. All right. That's a good, strong signal. That's sounds a lot.
There it is.
There it is. Make sure we got it. Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's a fatty there.
That's a nice one.
Wow.
That's 2 out of the same hole.
Look at that. That's nice. Well, so guys, here we are, day 2. We're doing a little different form of mining. It's going to involve a lot of shovel work and stuff like that, but anyway, this is a really good creek, and it's very well known for a lot of pickers, a lot of really good gold. It took, you don't even know what it took to get in here. But anyway, so day 2, we're going to fire this stuff up. Let's get to it. Good enough. So guys, we're digging into the bank here with Jack and Rod, and Rod uncovered this. This is a bank that over the course of the last several years, the floods that have come through this drainage have changed the creek, and it's actually kind of moved over to this side. And I don't think this has ever been mined, at least in all the years I've been coming up here. I've never seen anybody mine it. But he just started uncovering this ground, which isn't actually what we call orange juice, but it's pretty damn close. It's very, very orangey looking, red, but it's not quite compacted. Part of it's because there's a lot of moisture in the soil, but this is a really good sign, and it's what you look for. You can see, here's your standard dirt, then you get into a little bit of river cobbles, then you get into harder packed stuff, and then you get down here where it gets really hard packed, and the color changes to orange. That's what you're looking for. That's a lot older ground. So we're hoping that when we look in the box, it'll be real good, but good job, buddy.
All right.
Good job.
Good job, guys. Oh, yeah, baby.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Look at all the fine gold.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. Oh, look at that.
That's a big piece there. I'd say that worked out pretty well. So some nice little bit of oldish ground, but definitely the floodplain. So we'll clean this out. This is probably going to look pretty good going down the box.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Look at all the gold on it.
Those big pieces.
Oh, man.
The camera's probably not going to pick this up, but you can see right there a whole bunch of pieces. Look at all the pieces. And there's tons of fine gold. Look at all the little tiny pieces. There you go. Look at this.
There's two right there. There you go.
Look at this. That one won't even move.
That one won't even move.
Neither will that one. So let me give you another little hint on a secret when you're dealing with really heavy black sands is tapping the pan obviously works really well. But when I get down to where I've got mostly all gold and just black sand, is I'll do this rocking motion with it about 3/4 of an inch underneath the water. And what that does is all the gold stays there, and you can see it pulls a line of black sand. It just lifts it and puts it, lifts it and puts it. And it works really pretty well. So once you get some black sand in the front of the pan, then I'm just going to pull it off here. I won't even let the water get to the gold, and I'm just pulling off the black sand. You see by that forward back and forth motion, see how it creates a gap between the gold and the black sand? And now all I have to do is just pull that black sand off. Get the flour out of there. You are going. This is the road that goes down to our lode mine, and we left those guys up on top to see if we can get in here, and that would be a big no. So we'll have to do plan number 2. So we're now on plan B. We couldn't get to our other lode mine, so we tried to get down the road. You saw the video there, it was pretty greasy. Jerry and I just picked up 2 other lode mines last week, and we're gonna go there. We've got some material that we've already pulled out and we've stacked up there. And anyway, it's just kind of one of those things, guys. Weather throws you a curveball. So we're gonna go grab about 800 pounds of this ore. So guys, we're out at our other mine here. This is Jerry and I's mine. And anyway, we've got an ore pile here that we're gonna take this back. Now, we typically don't run wet material through the impact mill just because it kind of gums it up. So we got about, I don't know, a dozen buckets or so. We're gonna take this back, and we're actually gonna dry this ore out. We'll run it through the jaw crusher, chomp, 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 chomp. It's built in 1888. That feeds into our big impact mill, our Keller mill, and it'll turn it into powder. And then from there, when the rains stop, hopefully this afternoon, we're going to take that down to the pond over at the shop, and we'll run that through the cube. And the free gold that's in this stuff we'll find in the cube. So that's the game plan. So we're going to dig this up, fill up a bunch of buckets, head back over to the shop, and get the hell out of the rain.
So you saw earlier we went out to the mine site and picked up a bunch of buckets of nice wet material. So before we run it in the mill, we got to dry it off because otherwise it's just going to gum up the screens and everything in the mill. So we're kind of making do here with a fire in a 55-gallon drum, and actually it's going pretty quick. So before you know it, this will be dry enough to run in the mill, and we'll show you that a little later.
So guys, look who just joined us. Jeff from Proline, and of course he always shows up right when you get done working.
When the work is done, I parked right down the road.
That's right. So what we're doing now is we brought all of our load material down here that we've crushed, and we're just going to run it through the cube. Now normally, you know, a lot of load miners will run this across the shaker table. We don't have that set up yet, so we really can't do it. This will still trap most of the gold. Part of the problem with a cube, is when this stuff goes through that hammer mill, that it flattens it out really flat. And the cube works pretty good for plaster material, and it doesn't work quite as well. It still works really well, but it doesn't work quite as well for load material. So we're not really concerned about that really losing much, because I don't think it's going to be very much at all. But we probably got 500 pounds here. We'll run that, and we'll spare you the 4 hours of watching us run the cube. Go ahead, Rod. Go ahead, Rod. $500 pounds of material reduced to this. But you can see there's gold all through this.
Yeah, it's really fine.
Very small.
That's all up here too.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, there is quite a bit of gold in there. We'll pan this out, and it'll give you an idea really of what is in that crush that we did, and it's really super fine. You see it start showing up in the corner here. Jerry will zoom in on a second, but by looking at the gold in here, it's all kind of elongated, and I'll bet if we looked at it through the loop, you'd see that some of it actually looks like little micro roll pins, because when it hits those hammers and then it spins around in the drum inside the impact mill, it actually takes that gold, it flattens it out, and then it rolls it around the drum. And so that's what we're seeing here, is all this little pin-shaped gold in here. But you know, that's quite a bit of gold. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it looks great.
I mean, so a pretty good time. I'm glad you guys had a lot of fun. And you know, the cool part about it is, guys, we actually knew these guys pretty damn well before they came up, and so it was a pleasure for us to be with friends, and that's really kind of what this trip for us was about. But if you guys are watching this at home, we have an annual dinner, and we have a huge raffle. We give away $50,000 worth of stuff, and one of those is this 3-day trip. And you know, we encourage you guys. It's in the first weekend in December of 2019, and it's going to be down in Merced at the fairgrounds. We rent a giant building, and we have it catered, and we do a video that's pretty fun. That it's going to be really good this year. And these guys will, there's some bloopers we'll probably throw in there. But anyway, guys, we strongly encourage you to support the cause and really the fight for mining rights, because in my lifetime I've never seen anything so atrocious as what we're seeing right now. So anyway, I'm Shannon, this is Jerry, we've got Jack and Rod, and we'll see you guys next time.